win, running laps again. It's a steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight. Stopping it, we been tapping it. We ain't never late, dropping gems. We been locking in, now let's elevate. Else to win, running laps again. It's a steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight.
And welcome everybody. What's going on to the Tuesday pod? It is February 1st, episode 23. Heavyweight Bro is in the building. Know what I'm saying?
No, you gotta do that again, bro. That was a little lackluster.
What you mean?
I'm only allowed to come. Like you started with a Bruce Buffer voice, and then you kind of toned it down. I need. All right, let's go. Let's do
Dude, are we starting the whole thing? Are we one taking it? Or like, what's going on? Like,
no, just start over from here.
I don't think it's fair that like every time I always have to bring this wild energy, but you're allowed to be like laid back, cool guy.
That's what the people love.
How about we switch it up? How about like we do this real quick and then you come in and do the intro? Let's see how that goes.
I don't know the nicknames like you do though.
Then you're supposed to come off of them up top.
With the nicknames?
Yeah, that's how I do them.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're just gonna have to take what you got right now.
No. We're gonna go for it. Hey.
Welcome everybody to the Heavyweight Bro Show. This is episode 23. We are in February of the 1st that Black people are getting to be celebrated. Cold out here, but we'll take it anyways. What I have with me next to me on my left is the high yellow Spanish black Puerto Rican bearded fellow with the cat hoodie nap all together in a sack. Wake up! And next to him is his boy, Uncle Raisin, always amazing. What he would call me is the freaking Deacon, super sneaking.
And we're the heavyweight bro. I guess like
we're the heavyweight bros. That's what you gotta give me.
I don't know.
Is that how I come in after you do?
Well, the thing is, like, I don't just leave it there and then like you have to pick it up. Like I go, my man, raise it. How are we doing?
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. You know why?
Why is that?
Because we potted, man. You know how I feel when we get to potted, man.
Real big pot.
Biggest thing in my itty bitty pot. You got to be a lawyer one to know that one. Hey, but listen, yeah, I'm doing good, man. You know, it's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday, two up, two down. But I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm in a good headspace. You know, yesterday I was a little frustrated, but today I'm better.
Why are you so frustrated yesterday?
Work, little petty stuff.
Oh, got you.
You know, all that stuff
that
mixing together, and then somebody say something like "Good morning," but like, "What you mean, good morning?"
It's good morning, my friend.
Right. Oh my God! Is that the first time you've said it?
Probably.
In a deliverable fashion,
yeah,
without going, yeah. Well, there it is. Took 23 episodes to get a good mood out of Joey Crock.
I guess we're here.
I love it. How are you doing?
I saw a meme the other day, and they were like, "Man, January has been a long year, everybody." But it's like I'm glad that we just started off. And it's like that's how I feel. I'm like, damn. I was like, the other day I was like, we still in January. Because like I was saying something about Valentine's Day, and then like I was like, Valentine's Day is in like 2 weeks. We're still in January.
Yeah.
January has been long as well. Like let me tell you.
Listen. January wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. You know what I mean?
I didn't say it was that bad.
No, I'm just saying like coming into 2022.
It's
like,
nervous energy.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like 2021 was like it blew by, but it blew by with a bunch of nonsense. So if you're gonna stretch January and say, all right, we ain't gonna hit you as hard, I'll take it. I'll take it for real.
I mean, like I said, January's been pretty long, but like aside from that, like it's just cool. And like you said, it's pod day.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of like housekeeping stuff. Like obviously this is filmed on a Tuesday and we weren't able to record
Good job.
This past Saturday. Big snowstorm came up, took a lot to get these driveways plowed. Some of them are still not plowed where they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? So like because of that,
children, because I ain't shoveling no snow. I'll be right in the window like this. Looks cold out there.
But because of that, like we had to like kind of substitute, and it's like it was crazy because we had a great football weekend, and it's like we kind of didn't get to like preamp on that. But I think we're gonna do a solid job trying to compact all that stuff in because we didn't even get to like recap the weekend before, did we? Like really?
Nah.
Oh, we didn't like
because we put it to Saturday and we missed Saturday. Which sucks. We apologize.
Yeah.
In the weather.
But like, Is this the first time I've seen this hoodie? Is this new gear?
It is.
All right,
It
man.
is.
Well,
it is.
We got the new
It
gear
is.
out here. You know what I'm saying? We got some in stock. So like make sure that you guys hit the link in the description so that way like we can get an order to you like as soon as possible. We do have some limited items still in the stock for right now until we re-up with our man G Head over at Custom Merch on IG and Etsy. Of course you don't got no cards because you don't never pick up nothing. You keep flinging them all over the place, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying about our guy G Head at Custom Merch on. You're not gonna get up either to go get it.
I'm not getting up. We leave the getting up to you. Got a cover for you.
Oh wow! Now we just throwing shots. Okay, I see how we started today. But yeah, like on IG and Etsy, you can find custom merch. You can hit the promo code Heavyweight Bros, which is HW the number 8 BROS to get you 10% off your order. Because the more you spend,
the more you save.
Of course, you got to give another shout out to our boy Young King. You know what I'm saying? Our intro song over there. People cheers, boy. You know I've been a heavyweight.
Hey.
So make sure y'all go follow him on his YouTube.
Stop throwing my stuff.
I just feel like you're being really rough on my things.
That never is gonna get old for me.
And I feel like a shout out is earned for our boy Francisco.
Hey, Cruzy, Franny Cruz. Yes,
Yeah.
Man, send us a shot of him and his white and gold crisp heavyweight bros tee. You know what I mean,
Somebody say championship heavyweight bros tee. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Like, hey, that he looked like he was stepping too. He stepped right into MGM and lost some money that day. But hey,
yeah.
he had a good time.
But he was looking, smelling, and feeling like $1 million.
Yes, he was. So he walked out, you would have thought he owned the place. You know
Look good, feel good, play good. Too bad they played him good, but it's all right.
Hey,
like, good.
Casinos ain't meant to win.
It's true that.
All right, but yeah, appreciate that, man. Always love, always support, man. So keep looking out.
All right, but like I mean, let's hop right into it, man. Let's dig up in them crates. You know what I'm saying?
No diggity, no doubt. All right, so first thing we have up, I can't lie to you, man. This joint instantly jumped into my morning rotation on the way to work.
We're not talking about nothing before we talk about this song. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Johnny P's Caddy, which is
the Benny the Butcher.
Benny the Butcher
coming up.
Featuring the homie J. Cole.
Go world.
I'm gonna let you go first, man, because you sent it to me.
But like, I mean, I don't know what's left to be said. Like, first of all, Butcher comes on the track and absolutely burns it. And I'm just like, man, like that was a fire verse. I'm like, yeah, like Benny the Butcher can't do no wrong. And then Cole comes on and it's so en fuego that you almost forget that Benny was on it. Like that's how good J. Cole was. And then it's just like, oh, like it just keeps going in rotation. And it's like, I know it's a little bit a harder type song to like kind of catch on because it's not it doesn't catch like your ear because it's not like a dance track. It's not one of these heavy track. That joint is just smooth.
I didn't need to dance. I was riding, and I was definitely riding in that joint.
I was grinding like a little bit.
Listen, man, that joint is hard. And then every song, Benny is making it clear that y'all are still not putting no respect on his name, and you better learn to do so because he's here. He's here. I mean, I liked it. The way J. Cole came in, his verse was definitely fire. I ain't going to get into whose verse was better. I like the fact that the song was dope and the feature was right on time.
And the video, they dropped the song and the video, and the video was fire.
Yep. I mean, there's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say other than the fact that it's not at 1 million views yet, which is I'm disgusted by. So if
y'all let Tekashi go up and get a couple bell on you.
Listen.
Yo, I wish I knew the bar by heart, but I was like, I feel like it needs to be mentioned. But like when J. Cole says like the theory of relativity, because he's no MC equals me. And I was just like, it's been a while.
Benny said, I walked this thin line with a feline's agility. The streets that did so much to me, it's hard for me to live civilly. I was like, even if he wanted to, even if he tried to, it's
hard.
So much trauma. It's like, I can't do it. I mean, it's like I'm like even when I leave certain situations, I'm still making sure instinctively checking my rear view. Like
I don't know how often, but like it's been quite some time where I've heard a bar where I've done this.
I mean, You asked me what I brought to Griselda. I said validity.
Yes.
You asked me what have we done out here. I said what didn't we? It's like, come on, man.
Goodness.
Like, yo, listen, man.
The punchlines,
Yo,
it's just like, yo,
because I feel like when he's rapping, it's like it's a conversation that he's having with somebody that should know better than be asking him this question. It's like, yo, what you bring to Griselda? What validity? What you done did out? What did who is this clown? Like,
and that's what he does. He does this thing like,
right.
Yo, whose man's is this?
Right, get this man up out of here. But yeah, we had to start there, man. Much respect. I appreciate it. I always need some good music to ride to, man. And that's definitely something that's gonna be on the track for a minute.
I feel like we keep saying it too because it's really early in the year. Song of the year right now. Right now, song of the year.
So I hear something.
Put the debit card on there.
So I hear something better. I mean, but it's easy. You throw J. Cole on there. You already gotta say song of the year.
But like what's it called? Like Butcher Time to Talk 4. Like I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, this is the way that we're coming on this track. And it's like he's been doing like a lot more features with bigger artists. Like he just did a song with Drake. He did a song with Wayne and like stuff like that. And it's like he's not being outclassed and he's not being out-rapped. Like they're like I think J. Cole's verse is better, but like I feel like you can't have one without the other because that's how good his verse is.
So the thing for me since you brought it up, like for better or worse, like if you're talking like that, there's a lot of times where the featured artist is better than the guy on the track to the point to where you don't want to hear the other guy and it almost feels like it's that person's song. Yeah. But then there's other times where that verse may be better, but they go so well together. It's still like, yeah, disrespect. The whole song is fire.
Well, it's easier to be the feature person, right? It's like I really only have to concentrate on this 16, and it's like you've already made the hook, you've already made the beat, you've already made the concept. All I have to do is play off that.
John Paxson.
Yeah, that was a wild analogy. But it was there, I guess. It was a wild analogy. I guess my question is, what more does J. Cole have to do to prove that he's the best out?
I don't care who he has to prove it to. It doesn't matter.
Well, because like like all they keep saying is like, but that Kendrick now, but that Kendrick top of the mountain. Like you know what I'm saying is like, what is he like? And like he's on track saying that he's got the bronze and stuff like that. It's like, Cole, come on, man. Like we know. Or at least I know.
That was just him showing his humility, man. That's all it was. He tried to step away from that Cole. You know what I mean? He tried to
stop being humble and talk your shit.
And he's so smart that he did that just so people can have the opportunity to say, "Nah, you are not third." But like, I know. I just wanted you to say it. You know,
it's called a humble brag.
Humble brag. Inception. All right. I make you think it was your original thought. What it was. All right, we gotta digress. All right. Next up, we have. New Denzel Curry came out, song called Walkin. Yeah. I ain't mind it. I didn't mind it at all.
It was pretty fire.
I didn't mind it at all. I like how he came in a little not so Denzel Curry. It almost sounded like
90s hip hop.
Yeah, like a Wu-Tang-ish type of flow to it. And I was just like
deep pull.
I mean, you know what I mean.
What you're
but
saying,
it's like the tone and the cadence.
Yeah.
Like he's
like New York.
Yeah. He also has a video that came right out with the song as well. I did say it's called Walkin.
Yep.
It's got like a Western type look to it. He's at one point he's walking through the desert, but
it's supposed to be based off of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Like you have this guy playing John Wayne in it and everything. So
and then he has a split in the middle of the song where the little hi-hat start coming in and the beat switch it kicks up a little bit, and then it's like, all right, just so you know, Denzel Curry that you know is still here, and he's like coming with that
and what's called like literally like as it's going, like you can't help because it's like he brought you in with the first one, you're like, oh man, like I'm really listening, like I'm in here, and then the beat switch comes and you're like, oh, like okay, now we on this, and it's like like I'm with it.
Right. Then he got a couple moments where he slows it down, hits it real hard, beat drops, stops, comes back in. I'm like, okay, Denzel, you got me.
But that's what I like to see from like these artists is like the growth, and it's like kind of like embrace because like I think it was his class is the Kodak Black, Lil Uzi, 21 Savage, like that's because he was in that freestyle.
I see what you're saying.
And it was like when they first came out, like a lot of reasons like we didn't bang with them or like we didn't like them is like they weren't really embracing. They were kind of like bucking the old hip hop trend. Like, we don't do that. We don't freestyle on DJ Premier beats. Like, we don't do this. Like, we're alternative and stuff like that. But then, like, as time has went on, like, we see 21's adapted it like a lot more. And like now he's gaining and stuff like that. And like Denzel Curry has kind of been a little bit more. He was always on that train a little bit, but he was almost a little bit like more aggressive. Like he's like the I am the one, the son. Like he was doing like that type of stuff a lot. So it's like, yeah. But it's like it's like now they're making grown man music, and it's like I like it.
Yeah,
I like it more. I'm like I'm anxious to see what the next project for him is.
I am too. And lastly, we had a new song drop called Arya.
Yeah, Arya.
Arya.
This is the debate between us because like to me it spelled like Arya Stark. So I was like Arya.
It's like Arya. Like are you wildin'? Are you here? But he also, and I think there is a reference from ASAP Rocky where he says Arya, but there's also a part where he says Arya. I don't know. I'm gonna listen to it again. I did give it a quick run through.
I give it one quick run through as well.
Yep. But it's actually a song by artist named Nigo, who I've never heard before. I don't know if he's like really been out there or not. And it's featuring ASAP. There are some little sprinkles of Pharrell in the video for some reason.
He does the hook. You don't hear him, like he does the hook.
But his name's not on there. It's like another person.
When you Pharrell, do your name need to be on it?
You right.
Like, you heard.
Maybe that's maybe he had a name change. Maybe that's where he's at.
If Pharrell is Nigo, like ain't no way.
But yeah,
call him for real because he's the truth.
ASAP killed that joint.
I mean, it sounded like more like an ASAP song.
It was ASAP song because I feel like he had 2 verses on there. It was listen. I'm gonna add it in the morning and listen to it a couple times on the way to work and see.
No, I definitely am gonna add it to the rotation.
Yeah,
I want to hear it like a little bit more.
See how it sticks.
Because I got to give it the car run.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like I gave this one the phone run, and I was like, I got to hear how it sounds in the whip.
Plus, I want to see how Daddy ASAP raps. You know what I mean? Considering he went on knocked up Riri.
Well, I was gonna say like the next couple of topics we have were like versus based, but I don't think that there's a bigger versus out there than ASAP Rocky versus every other male in America wanting to beat his monkey ass. But oh man, I was sick looking at those pictures with the pink shirt with the tummy. I was like, oh my God, I hate his happiness so much. Oh,
go ahead, talk about it. Go ahead.
But it's like, like I know why I never had a shot. Like we get it, but it's just like when you see your hopes and dreams killed there, and I was like, I know Drake and Chris Brown are on FaceTime sick right now, planning on whatever like mission that they're gonna go on to jump ASAP or whatever. Because it's like, oh,
you're gonna be on that Kanye. I bought the house next door.
Like,
what you think they're going to really being rich for?
This new Drake project. Get ready for it, because it's like, it's gonna be Marvin's Room 13, like there, like
we'll see. I'm not getting my hopes up.
I am.
I'm not getting my hopes.
Let me tell you, like
another certified lover boy.
Let me tell you, like how much
gonna be an issue.
Let me tell you how much my heart hurts for my man Drizzy Drake Rogers, though, because it's like he came out and it's like his first thing. He was like, I'm in love with Nicki Minaj. Like that's what I want. Like I want this Nicki Minaj thing, and it's like. There's little things where I was like, oh, it might work for him. But then, like, as time went on, we were kind of like, Drake, we don't know if we want this for you. She's a little bit like, you don't want that type of deal. Then, like, time goes on a little bit. And then there's like, oh, what's up with this Drake and Rihanna thing going on? Goes on the stage, calls her the love of his life, all this other stuff. And, like, you could kind of see it was like, that was a bad move, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, you went a little too far.
I love you. And it's like, bubbles. It's like
she was literally on the side, like,
cringeworthy.
Yeah. And then it's like, like Nicki gets pregnant by a pedophile, stuff like that. And then it's like, you watch ASAP Rocky, a man that you burned on the track before, and it's like she chose him, and he's out here. Like, I don't even think ASAP Rocky's made an album in like 12 years, and it's like, he's like mad.
You had to know Rihanna was going to choose authenticity. Sorry, Drake.
Nah, what you about? You just chose the quiet dude to keep to himself. See, like Chris Brown was there, right? He's the loud, he's the fly guy, he's the boisterous one, he's the bad boy that you want to get with. Okay. Then you go to opposite, and then it's like, oh, Drake, like the certified lover boy, the soft one, the sensitive one, the emotional one, and it's like you build a thing or whatever, and then you're just like, that's a little bit too far in the other direction, and then it's like you go to the middle, and it's like, oh, fly quiet guy. Like we can go out and like we can wear cute outfits together, match my steez, don't get in trouble with nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All I see is her saying, I'm gonna pass on the light skin. He never had a chance.
Dark melanin for the win.
Playing the mad vacations, like where may she be this summer? This winter.
But like somebody posted it and I thought about it as the Tyrese, congratulations.
Okay. It's okay. Maybe they'll invite you to the wedding.
Oh, no, no. What's my name?
He's like, where you registered at?
Yeah, like, yeah.
Get
Let me know.
you some with a heavyweight bro sticker on it.
Oh man, them Fenty bars that Drake's gonna rhyme with Fenty is gonna be great.
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
And all the things with ASAP in it too, because it's such an easy one. Like,
oh yeah, he's about to go ham. All right, so we got some versus stuff lined up.
Yeah.
One's a question and one is possible.
Well, so
okay.
One of them is concrete. The next versus coming up is Anthony Hamilton versus Musiq Soulchild.
That's tough.
It's tough.
That is tough.
I'm big Musiq Soulchild fan. So
too.
To me, that's the easy dub. I think Anthony Hamilton is good. I just don't know if he got the catalog.
I don't know.
I don't think he's got the catalog.
I don't know, man.
He's got the 2 or 3 real big bangers, and I think he's a great singer and he's got songs. But Musiq Soulchild's got classics, bro.
Listen. I don't know, man.
When he comes on the track and he's like, well, my mind's gone half crazy because I can't leave you alone.
Listen, Anthony Hamilton got some stuff in the tuck, man. I'm not going to
Charlene?
I'm not going to. Yes, that's a banger.
It is. That's probably his best song. Where I'm from. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but what's he going to do when all of a sudden Musiq Soulchild was
he can play features too, right?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, he gotta be able to hold his own.
Yeah, but when Musiq Soulchild was oh man, that was real cool, man. I really appreciate you. He's like, boom, 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 boom. That. See, what you got? Yeah, what is he gonna do?
I've been figuring him walking down the street with the super baggy pants, with a vest on, with no shirt underneath, with the big hat on.
Girl, it'll be fly if you was my B-U-D-D-N-Y. I'm telling you, man, he's gonna put.
Man, it's gonna be tough. I'm here for it.
I'm definitely watching. I will be there in my robe, with a nice glass of Pinot, watching this battle. I can't wait.
I'm gonna watch it with wifey.
Yeah, you be watching some of it.
Send the kids away. Send the kids away.
I don't think you're gonna finish that verse, bro.
No, I'm gonna finish it
the next day
in increments.
But we had a thing yesterday, last pod, but we were talking about who's a realistic person to go against M, and all of a sudden, I'm not saying that I'm a trendsetter or nothing like that, but I'm just saying all of a sudden the trending topic on Twitter was people talking about who could battle Eminem, and Busta Rhymes is a name that's coming out of a lot of people's mouths. And I think one of the reasons why they picked Busta,
it'll be super entertaining.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons why they picked Busta Rhymes is because Busta Rhymes over the years has shown a ton of respect and appreciation for Eminem and his music. There's a lot of clips out there of him constantly praising him over and over again. I don't know.
Busta Rhymes is that type of dude, though. Yeah. He's always paying homage.
Well, he's a real hip hop head.
Yeah.
And it's he's
one of the first dudes to be showing up to battle raps for Smack and stuff like that.
He really was. Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean? He hangs out with Murder Mook sometimes, remembering people's rights. Remember when you said the dude, something about it's him being white when he battled Arya Solomon. He was and it was that's Busta. That's if you battle.
There's a lot of Smack videos where his reactions to stuff is
oh yeah.
Oh, he's a big reactor. I can't believe you just said that.
That's Busta Rhymes though, man.
And it's there's no question in my mind that Busta Rhymes got the 20 hits. That's not the question. My question is, does he match up stylistically with Eminem?
I think he can hold his own.
I'm not saying that he couldn't beat him. I think it's a possibility that he can beat him. But I'm just saying stylistically wise, do they match up?
I think so. I would like to see that.
I remember when Verzuz was first getting started and Busta Rhymes was kind of yo, nobody wants smoke with me type of deal. And someone brought up, he was you know what we really need to see? Busta Rhymes versus Missy Elliott. And I was like, is this a Joel versus? Because I was you signing me up to see, I might not go to work the next day if that was
gonna lose though.
I mean, she should probably lose. Yeah, that's the thing is Busta Rhymes has way too many aggressive fire.
He's in way too many eras. He's literally in every single era of music.
Yeah.
He can reach so many different ears, bro.
What's the one where it's oh, Busta Rhymes did this song, he killed it? Because he has so many of he did this song. He can do the touch it, touch it, break, and it's like that's kind of like whatever. He could do the put your hands where my eyes can see and stuff like that. But and like of course he could do the Chris Brown, like every time I said it, then I gotta do it, and I gotta do it, and he does like that thing or whatever.
Bro, if he wants to, he could bring out the Janet joint, bro.
No,
like,
I love the Janet. Are you kidding me? But like to me, if he ends the show and the hairs of my arm are standing up just talking about it, it's like if he comes out. And I come from my wine. Hello, well up, bring it back, come my wine. Powerful impact, boom, from the cannon. Like yo, I might break my TV. Like I'm like in my living room, like 12 in the morning. Like that's the one.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. It's like yo, and he brings Tip out.
It's like his music is just so high impact, like energy, fulfilling. Like when you done hearing a song, you feel drained. Just like I don't like. M can rap, yes, we know that. But like as far as like entertaining and keeping the audience and people like really rocking, like that joint's gonna be tough.
I think Busta Rhymes might be the greatest guest feature rap artist of all time. Like I think like when you have Busta Rhymes like on your song, like it's a lot of Busta Rhymes verses or like his features are the other person's best song because Busta Rhymes is the person that's on that song. And it's like, I always gave Ludacris a ton of credit for that because like that's one of my, like obviously he's my favorite, but then like Ludacris is a great feature artist. Like he makes songs better, stuff like that. But I think like if there was like an award, like when they do like the Bill Russell Finals MVP. Like I feel like the Busta Rhymes guest verse MVP. It's like I think Jadakiss is up there as well, but it's like I feel like Busta Rhymes like is the one. Like I'm thinking about like the whatchamacallit, the attention please. I feel like how the world collapsing. Oh, yeah. Busta Rhymes now. MOP now. What you want now? No. He changes the entire song when he's on it.
You know, I always bring it back to Jay, but you know what he said? I wish I was, say, animated like a Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean? Like that high energy thought process of like not only giving you bars, but making it an experience that you are involved in. So
I know it was a great verses. It's probably one of the best verses. But did we miss it? And instead of it being DMX and Snoop Dogg, should it have been DMX and Busta Rhymes?
Nah,
that's still not it.
No,
I just think about like the energy. Like I remember like when I was
that's like Red Bull and Hennessy, bro. That's like that's a lot. That's a lot.
I remember like one of my first concerts, I went to like a hot gym or whatever, and it was like, you know, like Missy was there, Nelly was the biggest one like at the time, but this was also the same year that like Touch It came out. And like Busta Rhymes wasn't supposed to be there, and he came and like they only gave him like a smooth like 4 to 6 minutes, and like he hit like 12 songs in that 4 to 6. And like, I remember like, you know, my energy was already up, but I was like, I was sweating. Like I was done. Like when he left, I was
I'm telling you, man,
like, yo,
it's draining.
There were so many songs where like I'm grabbing the person next to me, like, yo, he's doing this.
Draining. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, I'm that would be fire.
Let's get out of Digging in the Crates. Like I'll be here all day, bro. So I'll be here all day. I feel like this was one of the biggest Digging in the Crates. It's like everything just hit everything like on my list.
All right, so let's jump into the Insomnia Hour. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get like a little Spike Lee clip where you be like, wake up.
So like the thing is like you missed it because like I was getting ready to do it. I was like, wake me up before you go. Is it that one or do you want me to do the
Tony Katie?
Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside.
Okay.
Which one do you want?
I like that one.
That's the one. Wake me up inside.
Was that Green Day?
Oh, come on, man. Evanescence. Like, don't disrespect. Like, that's the goth queen right there.
My bad. I'm sorry. My bad. All right. So first things first, that new Snowfall trailer came out. And
we should have saved this for last. That's how hyped I was.
No, I'm so hyped. I'm getting right to it. That boy Franklin Saint got a mustache.
It's a weird mustache.
No cane, and that brother still got a shirt tucked into his pants.
It's still the 80s, bro. It's still the 80s.
I know. But
like
he's
obviously like
a different type of swag.
Obviously, we're heavyweight bros,
right?
But like, I feel like the way that he pulls it off, I'm like, yo, if I had the figure, I'd still do the tuck-in shirt, and I think it'd be fly. Like, I know a lot of my Theos and my Papis over here that they dance just like that. You know what I'm saying? Are they doing the Uchi Coochie with that around?
Man, if you just showed up with your shirt tucked into your pants, I'm going the other way, bro.
And you know that, like, I'm just touching my belt buckle like all the time.
And I know that you don't got no socks on. And your dress shoes. And every time you talk, you flinging your hand out.
Y'all play copy? Who got next? I got next. I'll find a partner. I don't know.
Oh man, but yeah, I feel like there's a lot going on, man. Like this season is gonna be crazy. Like, you know, when you get to those certain seasons where you're like, is this really gonna be what it's gonna be?
Have they said if there's another season after this?
I don't know. But this looks intriguing, like, because I feel like there's so many bosses in this joint now that's gonna collide and bump heads, and considering they all in the game, but they all used to be family, like the preview makes it look pretty crazy.
It does.
And the thing about it is just like everybody in the family is smart in their own type of way. So it's just like, it's not like you.
It took them a while to get there.
Yeah.
Because they wasn't that smart before, but like,
right.
They independent now.
They done figured it out. And I'm here for it. That joint looks super exciting.
Yeah, like I was just talking to one of my friends the other day, and like we were talking about, like, you know, all the shows we're watching and trying to keep up with stuff, and like things are dropping every other week.
Mm-hmm.
And like he asked the question, he's like, is there even a such thing as like event viewing anymore? Because it's like, you know, like before it was like, oh, Game of Thrones is on Sunday, everybody's watching Game of Thrones. Like this is on, everybody's watching this. And then like I was like, well, Ozark is kind of that show right now. But I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about it. But I was like, and then I was like, I think the trailer came out the next day, but I was like, yo, Snowfall and Atlanta are those shows that like everybody's going to be watching it. Cobra Kai was probably another one.
Yep.
Stuff like that. But I'm like, to me, that like those are the biggest shows out. And like only thing about them, and it's like, it doesn't suck because it's like I kind of like it, but at the same time it annoys me. It's like they don't let you binge that joint. Like they're going to give you the one episode a week. And it's like, oh, what's some more of this Snowfall?
Yeah. And it sucks because I'd be liking to skip a couple weeks so I can at least watch a couple in a row. For so many people,
not doing this.
Many people, like my homie almost ruined Power for me the other night. We was at the game and this man was like, so did you think so and so and so? So I was like, hey, watch the nice episode. Yeah, he was like, oh, my bad. Then I texted him. I was like, yeah, she did it.
I did the same thing with Euphoria. Like I watched it before, like a lot of people, and I was like, yo, they wilding right now. And they were like, oh, I ain't started yet. And I was like, get to it, because they was dropping gems this week.
Right. So aside from Snowfall, that next trailer we got up is the Halo trailer. And I know you're super excited about this.
Yeah, they dropped it during the Chiefs and Bengals game, which we gotta talk about that later and stuff like that. And like I forgot that they were revealing the trailer during it. And like while it was playing, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this again. And I think like
Woodbine,
I was gonna say, I think the main reason both of us were like we're watching it, we're like, oh, that's cool. Bokeem Woodbine's in here.
Right.
I'll be watching the Halo show, like,
which is crazy because he's in the cultural gym for today.
Oh, look at that! Look at how it all comes together. Did you plan that, or did it just happen to be that way?
It just happened that way. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty fire. But I like what I'm seeing from it. It doesn't look like it's gonna be too video game-ish, but they're gonna still stay true to the game. But
have you played all the Halos?
No.
When did you stop? Or do you play the campaigns? I guess is a better question.
Never started.
Okay. All right.
So I literally bought it and like I started playing it and I was just like, nah, but I still wanted the points. So I had my little
your achievements
up. My little homie play the game and beat it. And he was like, yeah, it's fine.
Not even the multiplayer? Like you missed out on the Halo multiplayer era?
Nah, I played the multiplayer.
Okay.
And I stopped playing it because all them jetpacks jumping in the air, shooting me in the top of the head. And I was
talking about like Halo 3 later stuff.
Yeah, nah, I didn't play that at that time.
No, because like I've been kind of trying to figure out like what game they're gonna adapt like story wise, and it's like the easiest would be like the Halo Reach. I can't really get a gauge on it from the trailer, so it's like I wonder if they're kind of going like in a new way with it. But like either way, like I was like, yeah, I'm down. And it's like, what is it, Paramount Plus?
Yeah,
but it's coming out pretty soon. I wish we would have got the date on it.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. But like I'm with it.
Yeah, I think they're all February releases. So we'll see. It'll be out before you know, and we'll be talking about it on the pod.
Yeah.
All right.
So
all right. Next up,
you did some homework.
I did.
Okay.
I watched YellowJackets.
And
I finished the season. Not bad.
Not bad?
Not bad.
Okay. Are you going to watch season 2?
I am going to watch season 2 because I need to know what happened. So I need to know what happened to all these women. But yes, I think I like the way they ended the last episode because now you're like, man, things is really about to get crazy when this second season starts. And I feel like those first few episodes have the potential to really be on fire, which I hope they are, because if they're not, then they're gonna lose my attention.
I just think like my whole thing is like the whole like it already being approved for 5 seasons is like I just don't know how much story you can really pull out for the 5 seasons.
5 seasons too much.
Yeah,
and that's what worries me, because now you end up getting episodes that you have to watch because it's part of the show, but they really ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. Because, and like I think I said it before, like in my critique of it is like, I kind of don't care what's happening in the present day.
No.
Like I really care. Like what, like every time that they flash back, I'm like, oh yeah, now I can fully pay attention again. Like that's what I'm here for.
The only present day story I care about is the lady who's running for office, because it seems like her trauma is still directly affecting her.
Yo, what's going on with that son, bro? What's going on with that son?
The son, though, bro. You wasn't paying attention.
Like I'm paying attention, but like
we'll talk off pod because I don't want to spoil it for nobody. But it's not his fault, bro.
The whole time, all I was thinking, I was like, yo, if I was dating this shorty and her son was like this, I'd be like,
it's not her fault, man. His mama made him like that, man. It ain't his fault, man. It ain't his fault. You might have missed something. We'll find out if you did. All right. And last but not least, there's I believe it starts on the 6th.
Okay.
TV show on Showtime.
So that's Friday or Monday?
No, Sunday, I believe.
Sure.
Yeah, that's Sunday.
Sunday sounds about right.
Yeah. It's a show coming out called We Have to Talk About Cosby. So I'm pretty sure it's like a miniseries documentary where like I think they're going to be talking to people maybe directly involved. Family, friends, people he's done movies with, people who still trust and believe in Cosby, people who don't. But
so you think they're actually going to get both sides of this?
I think they're going to get a whole lot of sides of this, and I think people are going to have the opportunity to be super vulnerable about their thoughts and their feelings, and making sure that they're heard. I don't know how they're going to chop it up and edit it, but I'm here for it. I want to see what's going to be said. I'm not too interested in what like Cosby has to say.
Is he in it?
I don't know.
Oh,
or like,
that'd be big.
Or any of the people that were really like I want to hear from the people who were around him every day.
Okay, like you don't want to hear from Phylicia Rashad?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just checking.
She spent a lifetime with him. She was around him every day.
Okay,
it was like him, Michael Jamal Warner. You know what I mean? Like males who were around him, like.
Lisa Bonet?
Yes, like all that. Anybody from the Cosby Show,
Raven
basically. I don't know. I don't know. Raven kind of weirds me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Just in general, or like I'm not gonna lie. Like my niece was watching the new Raven show, and like while like on her tablet, and like I was kind of like, I was like Raven still got it. Like I was like,
she's always been super energetic and everything, but it's just like I don't know. It's just like. When I watch her, it's just like, I don't know.
Like when she was on, was it The View that she was on? Whatever the show she was on, she was weird as hell.
Yes.
Or the talk.
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Did we mess up by not having like our podcast title just be like one thing, like the guys, the bros?
No, no, because I feel like there's probably 1,700 other the bros. Nah, I'm all set.
The boys.
But yeah,
the Bears.
I'm gonna watch the first episode and see what it looks like. If it seems like it's like a blame game type thing, like we already know where we're at with it. Like,
what if it's like Surviving R. Kelly? Because I thought that was super
I would watch that.
Okay,
I will watch that. That's what
I'm gonna watch. Like, and this is not to try and be funny, but like I have like a really heavy TV workload that I got to get through right now. So like I'm gonna let you watch the first. I'm gonna let you watch the first episode, and you let me know if it's worth my time. If I got to add it to the docket. And then, like, I'll try to catch up.
Do you do documentaries?
Because it's also week. Oh, yeah. I love documentaries. Like I said, Surviving R. Kelly was like, that was prime time viewing for me. Like, I was like, yo, we getting up on Thursday?
Yeah, I never watched that one.
That was a crazy one. You got to check that one out.
Yeah, I think I'm all set. Stop. All right, so let's get into the popcorn Papi hour. Go ahead and segue right quick. Here we go. Is that a new dance?
Papi song. You know you like that Papi song.
I'm out of here.
Hey,
I'm going. I'm out of here.
Even if they don't understand no more, they understand.
All right. So first things first. The Sean Payton movie is trash. Yeah.
You told me that you watched it. I'm like, I'm glad you watched it, bro.
The Sean Payton movie is trash. I don't even know the name of the movie. I'm just calling it the Sean Payton movie. So for you guys who don't know,
Kevin James,
Mall Cop,
Paul Blart, Kevin James
is playing Sean Payton during the time in which he was suspended from the NFL for
former New Orleans Saints coach,
right,
Sean Payton.
Right. So that like he was suspended for paying people for targeting players on the field.
The
bounties. And then while he was suspended, he was like coaching his son's little league team before he went back to the NFL.
Is it a comedy?
Yes.
All right, because Paul Blart did. I was wondering.
Yes. This is literally the worst remake of Little Giants I have ever seen in my life. Literally the worst. I was just waiting for them to find a girl to be like, we got the icebox. Yeah. Like I was like, and at one point
I got this one play. Yeah. The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Right. Like at one point they look into, and I don't care about spoiling this movie because if you watch it, it's your fault. Like at one point the kid's about to kick a field goal and he looks into the stands and he's like, what is he looking at? And there's a girl up there. I was like, if they put this girl in a jersey and start calling her something like the icebox or something or the chill fridge, I'm like, I'm going to be
deep
tight.
Freezer.
But no, it just ended up being some kid. Some girl that the kid, crush, and he couldn't kick field goals because his crush was watching.
But they make her go away?
Nah, she stays there all the time, and he keeps being in the center in the back of his spine with the football every time he tries to kick. That's the only part that was funny. Every time he kicked the field goal, the center was like, "Oh crap!"
All right, it sounds to me like you were real tickled out of this movie.
That was the only thing.
Was there
else is terrible.
Was there a Spike don't play with girls? Was there one of those guys, Spike?
Nah, but I thought it was kind of whack that they had the rival team, the bad guys, was like this super athletic all black team.
Oh my goodness, that's the route they went.
Right, with the kids that are bigger than their kids, and like they don't look 12. Like it was like literally was for kids.
Wow, they went that route.
Yes,
12 years old. Show me his card.
Right, literally what Springfield kids go through all the time. Like it was corny. What you call it was in it.
Did any Saints players show up?
The kid Bunchy. He's like got mad viral YouTube videos of him working out. The football kid with the blonde streak in his hair. If you see, my timeline. Yeah, if you've seen him, you know. But like they even made the coach ignorant. Like the coach is on the sideline. You want some of this, Sean Payton? You ain't ready to coach against me. Woo! And he's got all these little catchphrases, and I was just like, y'all really went all out with the coonery on this one. Like, I was all set.
Coonery.
I was all set, man. I wasn't feeling it at all. Only was it, I found that part of the movie to be disrespectful, but the movie was just corny.
So like we're in a big dry spell of movies, and it's like I still don't want to watch.
That's why
I see the 355 every week, and I'm like, what's out this week? And I'm like, is this week the week that I see 355? And it isn't. It's not. I don't think it's gonna be. I think the next movie that's like out is like it's like Moonlight or Moonwalker or whatever it's called. And it's just like it's a disaster movie that looks like 2021.
It better not be called Moonwalker because I will punch somebody in the face with Michael Jackson. You better stop playing.
All right, okay.
Shimon.
That's your Michael Jackson, Shimon?
No, that's my Shimon.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna give me a puzzle, honey. That's your jam. That was your jam.
Nobody knows about that.
But like I think that's the only movie coming out, and it looks awful. But I'm like, I need to see a movie, so I think this is just gonna be it.
Listen, you can do better.
And
that's what I felt about the Sean Payton movie.
And there's no football soon. I was like, I'm gonna need to fill that time with something. I'm gonna be watching a lot of these crappy movies. The 355 might get watched if the Super Bowl happens and the next week there's no movies out. I might see the 355.
I might have to change Popcorn Papi to Popcorn Crappy for a little bit.
Popcorn Sloppy.
No, this sounds. I'm not announcing that title.
While we're not getting like a lot of movies in the theater that are really popping, we did get a trailer for another Netflix movie coming out, and it is a remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What'd you think? Like I showed you the trailer before we started.
I felt like we was watching Halloween with a chainsaw.
They even have the girl from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I've been waiting for Leatherface to come back. Right. So y'all
lives in the same town, bro.
So y'all can exchange makeup because you look like you wear leather on your face.
But it's like, what do you mean you're waiting for him to come around? Right. He lives in that house.
It's down the street. He'll burn his joint down. Like you've been waiting for some innocent people for him to kill so you can be mad. Like,
it looks really Netflixy. And it's like, that's not a good thing to say about Netflix movies.
Your brother sitting in the kitchen watching the Sean Payton movie. Just go off his head right quick. Right.
Grueling
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is terrible. Like, this is what we've come to right now. Like, summer, hurry up and come.
I like how they brought the girl in. Like, we were all supposed to remember the girl from 6 Shades of Massacre because she's not memorable in the movies, like, at all.
That joint looked terrible, bro. I felt like it was a commercial. Like, they should all be waiting in the shed. Like, let's not go to that fully running car. Let's go in the cornfield. Like,
yeah, like with a chainsaw.
Right. Then they got old boy from The Shy in it. Light-skinned dude that owns a restaurant. He owns a restaurant in The Shy. He's also a singer. I'm trying to think of what else he's in.
He owns a restaurant. You gotta remember, I only watched season 1 of The Shy.
In The Shy, he owns.
I'm saying.
All right, so and he's the one that's always selling and buying the sneakers.
Oh yeah, you got the little
He's
kid.
got all the baby.
He's in On My Block. He has that real wax scene with Lil Caesar. He's like runs up on him and he like tries to shoot him.
No, it's not the same person, bro.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
Willing to put money on it?
I will put the roof, Chris, that I'm going to owe you since you are up on these football games.
That's what we'll call it. So like, let's just go on. Let's go. Let's go switch on over to Hardwood check-in.
Just trying to rush through this and hurry up and get the football so we can brag.
Welcome everybody to the Hardwood check-in. Like, what was that? Like when I'm done with the beat, like you're supposed to be ready to like.
Man, I didn't get you on that roof.
You tried it, bro.
All right, so
and the thing is, like, yo, you talking about like I'm gonna brag? Like, you know, I'm not a bragger.
I know,
but like, you might
have a moment.
But you know that you are, and you think that every time that it's gonna come back onto you, and that's why you get like this. And to me, it's even more satisfying that it's almost like when you tell somebody, it's like, yo, I owe you a punch, and like you keep doing like that because they're waiting for the punch to come, and it just never comes.
You owe me 2 more for flinching. Don't worry about it. But yes, the All-Star starters have been revealed. And I believe you said it best when you were like,
one of these things is not like the other. One of these things is
not quite right. All right, so here's the West starters. And you guys let me know if this sounds crazy. You have LeBron James.
Sounds about right.
All right.
As the captain, leading vote getter.
Yes. Nikola Jokic.
Whoa, that's how we're saying Joker's name?
Yes.
Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. Nikola Jokic. Get a soda ad, bro. You'll be all right. Steph Curry.
Sounds about right. Chef Curry.
John Morant.
New sensations. Makes sense.
Andrew Wiggins.
¿Qué pasó?
Let me say it again. Andrew Wiggins. The thing that made me tight about him being on the roster is not only that he's on the roster, but the day after the names came out, the Warriors were literally force-feeding this man the ball to make him look like he was an all-star. They was like, oh, Wiggins is going crazy. He got 14 points in the first quarter. He finished with 17. He finished with 21 points or something crazy like that. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know how this happened. Like, I don't know who stepped away and was like, yo, I'll be right back.
So I actually have an answer to this.
Hold my seat. I'm going to the bathroom. And you came back and was like, yo, why you ain't hold my seat? You mean this seat right here? I've been sitting here.
So I actually have an answer to the reason of why he wound up getting it.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's friends with or if like he somehow just had some conversation with a big K-pop star named Bam Bam.
Okay.
And like I said, he's a big star. I don't know who he is. I don't know his music. Okay. But apparently he has an insane following of like 86 million followers or something crazy. Mm-hmm. And he spent some time with Andrew Wiggins. They cooled out. They did whatever they did. And then Bam Bam goes like, hey, like, here's the link. You guys should vote for Andrew Wiggins for All-Star. Wow. And like, he got an insane, like I think they showed his numbers before. And it was like, he got like 100,000 votes or something like that. After that dude tweeted that, he ended up in like the 600,000 votes or something like that. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
But like, yeah, that's the one. And it's just like,
that's crazy.
Whose spot is he taking though? I know I don't even say we're mad. Like, it's just funny that he's in there, but it's like, whose spot is he really realistically taking that like you think deserves that spot? Because he's a front court player, so that means it's like one of the forwards or a center. Mm-hmm. Is there someone that
so it wouldn't be a guard, right?
Right.
So we would have.
So it wouldn't be like a Dame Lillard or something like that. It would have to be like Karl Anthony Towns. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Guys like that. I didn't know if there was someone off the top of your head. The fact that there's not one single starter or a player that was selected as a starter from the number 1 seeded Suns, it's kind of crazy. But it's like, is Ayton taking it? No.
Nope.
And then it's like Devin Booker.
Like Cam Johnsons. And,
Yeah, so like it can't be them.
I mean,
Kawhi's injured. Paul George is injured.
yeah.
And those are like a lot. Like that's the thing is like he's kind of like in this spot where it's like a lot of the guys
So
are hurt.
by default.
Is it? I don't think that he's deserving. And like I know that we have.
Does he even start anymore?
Yeah, he does. He still starts. He plays the 4 for right now. Something like that.
Oh, got you. Got you.
I know this next episode we have like it's the Pro Bowl, so like it's gonna be a real light episode. So I feel like we should get some things ready of like who we think the reserve should be or who should have taken Wiggins' spot.
Okay.
And like we'll do that. Like, but besides from that, I think it's pretty solid for the other 4 spots because it's like LeBron, Jokic, and Steph Curry are all in the MVP race.
Sense. Monty Williams as a coach,
and then Ja Morant is the guy right now. Like he's the most electrifying player to watch. But like let's move on to the East where I think it was a little bit more like this all makes sense.
Yeah. So in the East we have KD,
The Tarantula,
we have Giannis,
Greek Freak,
we have Joel Embiid, we have DeMar DeRozan, and we have Trae Young.
Sound about right?
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were like a little bit like on the Trae Young thing.
And the DeMar.
Nah, I think people understand the DeMar DeRozan
Yeah,
thing. Like he's going to
put the team on his back. But people, people have shooting guard fetishes, so they're all like, "Oh no, you could have took this guard. You could have taken that guard." No.
But I think it's the Trae Young with the not winning thing is I think what was pissing people off like a lot. But like James Harden isn't on there, and like a lot of people are like, "Why not James Harden?" Or
you got to put James's against DeMar. If you're asking me this season, I'm going with DeMar.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's obviously the first guy that's coming off the bench. But like another player that I saw that was brought up, and I was like, yeah, like I think he deserves to be an all-star. Is he a starter? I don't know. Is Darius Garland for the Cleveland Cavaliers? It's like, yo, dude is going off the chain this year. And it's like the Cavs are number 3 in the East right now? And it's like that, like he's the primary reason for it. So it's like he's got to be a reserve. Got to.
We'll see. I feel like there's at least one Hornet that should be on this list too.
I mean, LaMelo Ball has to be an all-star game, right? Like he's kind of like a player built for all-star games. But like aside from him, is like, do we really want to see Miles Bridges or Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier?
Slim pickings.
That's what I mean.
Pickings. Slim pickings. Hopefully a Nick makes it.
Do you think your boy Pumpkin's gonna be the all-star team?
No.
So who's it gonna be?
The only person it can be is RJ.
Yeah, I think the chances are slim to none, and I think it's very much none. None of the players from the number 1 seeded Miami Heat are on there.
Jimmy.
He's not on there. And the Heat are number 1 in the East right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what's funny is like I think the TNT guys like Charles and them, they brought up Jimmy Butler, but they were like honestly like the best player for the Heat this year has been Tyler Hero. And it's like, if Hero made it over Jimmy Butler, would that be crazy?
Yes.
And then, like, how does Bam look to you? Like, to me, Bam hasn't looked like
he don't look
that
like
guy.
He don't look like Bubble Bam.
No, not at all.
But we'll see. I mean, playoffs kick in. We'll see what happens. I like Bam.
I think he's fine. Like, I think people were going like a little too crazy with him like that year when they were like, yo, he should be like second team all NBA. And I was like, he's having a good season and the Heat are playing a lot better. But it was like, I like
how you bring people back down to earth. Like, easy there, buddy.
Oh my, like, especially during the bubble time where people talking about like, yo, Jimmy Butler's this. And I was like, yo, like, Jimmy Butler for the past 14 years has shown you that like, he could do this for a certain amount of time, but like, he's not that guy.
Right.
And then he showed he wasn't that guy like in the finals. Granted, he had that triple-double. I don't want to take that away from him because that's what people will say is like, oh, but he had that triple-double and like he brought them to 6 games. It's like, kind of. If Bam and Dragic weren't injured, that would have maybe. Like,
yeah. I don't know about winning, but it would have been a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah.
But they wasn't about to win.
Not at all.
They wasn't about to win.
So I think that makes Eric Spoelstra the coach of the East, if I'm not mistaken, because they're the number 1 seed. But like for some reason, like he hasn't been, because for some reason he hasn't been named. I don't know why.
I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Just real quick for Donovan Mitchell thing or Andrew Wiggins thing. Donovan Mitchell, but like he's a guard.
I was gonna say Donovan Mitchell, but he's a guard. He's not a forward.
Yeah, so I guess that kind of takes him out.
Yeah,
but we'll get to more NBA stuff because like we got a lot of football stuff to talk about here, boy.
Goodness.
Got a lot of football stuff.
All right.
But before we get there,
A little bit of home cooking.
I'm coming home again. Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? Cause I'm coming home again. It's time for some home cooking. We'll be Nessie and Uncle Raisin. I think that's your favorite part.
It always tickles me.
Is it the what you call it? Is it the lower thing,
yes,
or is it saying our names? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's both. But yeah, this year, yesterday was the kickoff, first annual kickoff of the Kamari Williams Classic. For those who may not know, Kamari Williams was a very strong advocate of putting his extra time in for reaching out to the youth. He coached basketball at the high school of Sci Tech, and he passed away, I believe it's going on 2 years now.
It sounds about right.
So they started a Kamari Williams Classic in which Sci Tech played Pope Francis in the first Classic game this week. And Pope Francis did defeat Sci Tech, so they have a trophy with like Kamari's name on it. It's a big gold basketball, and that team will hold on to the trophy until the next two teams play in the Classic next basketball season, and whoever wins those games will have the honor of holding the Kamari Williams trophy each year. It was just, I just thought it was really cool that we're like, you know, we're remembering people and paying homage and making sure to understand like all the work that you are putting in is not going down in vain, you know. And I know, like we always like to say, give people their flowers while they're still alive. It still doesn't mean that you can't celebrate them when they're not here. So just want to give a real RIP out to Kamari. He's a really good dude, and making sure that Classic, you know, it would like to see it like 10, 15, 16 years down the line, kids knowing who he is and why they're playing for this trophy and what it has done for the community, inspiring other people to make the same steps to, you know, reach out and believe in somebody.
How do they choose who they play? Is it always Sci Tech playing somebody? Is that how they decide the Classic? I
don't know. That's a good question. I know Sci Tech was one of the teams. I'm pretty sure it might always be Sci Tech games, or it may be a date. I would have to check and see what that is. But I know, like I said, it was this week, so it was like the end of January. Maybe they'll do whatever game is the end of January, or maybe it's always a Sci Tech game. I think it only makes sense for it to always be a Sci Tech game, though.
I just didn't know like what the future plans for it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it going to be like one of these things where they kind of do like an alumni tournament, or like, you know, Sci Tech hosts it, or like something like that? Like, I didn't know if you know what the future vision was for the Classic.
No, I don't. But I'll definitely keep my ears to the streets and making sure that we understand and know what's going on. That way, you know, once we get out of all these COVID protocols and stuff like that, it's good for this to not only be a tournament, but a celebration where people come out, hang out, watch the game, you know, and, you know, pay homage, you know. And as far as alumni game, those is already happening.
I know that. I just didn't know if like they were making it like a little bit more official, because the alumni games are the Mike Boz, right? Am I tripping?
Nope. Commerce, the Bar Click. Shout out to my guy. All right, we've been doing that for a little bit now. I think it's been like 3 years.
I have yet to go to one, so like that's how
I show up. Them games it'd be heavy, especially when you see them young boys get to hollering at some of them OGs, because like you got like.
Is it at Commerce?
It was at Commerce 1 year. Some of the games were at Dunbar. It was pretty fire.
There's a reason why I'm not going over there.
No, cut it out. But like as the alumni games grow, like you start seeing some of the graduating classes start to get a little younger, as these guys are like, so like there was like a new leadership team where it's like kind of the younger guys, but then you got like the central team or the Commerce teams with like the OG dudes on it, and like to see them battling back and forth and the way they be talking to each other on that court is like old times. It gets pretty crazy in there. It's almost.
Let me ask this: did the young guys be getting their medicine or not? Or do the young boys be putting in the bed early?
New leadership won it 1 year.
Okay.
Leadership won it 1 year.
The young boys tucked them in. I was wondering like who's gonna win out of that battle.
They didn't repeat, and it's pretty dope because you know when you get your jerseys, and next year you have like a little trophy on your jersey and everything like that. Yeah, it's definitely dope. Music, food, entertainment. It's pretty dope. I can't remember who won first year. I want to say Sci Tech, but I'm not completely sure. I know Central might have won one time. But it's entertaining,
It's too
man.
much side
It's,
text talk for me.
it's entertaining, and it's a lot of love. It's a lot of love. You know what I mean? People come there, play basketball, dap it up, keep it moving.
Well, too much cybercat for me in this conversation.
Oh,
That's
here
all
we go with the Eagles over here. Here we go with
Like,
what the Eagle sounds like.
What is it like? What does the cybercat sound like?
I don't care. I didn't go to side. Not disrespecting me.
Where'd you go?
I went to Central, man.
Just checking.
Whatever, man. I'm at Commerce now. What of it?
What's your guys' thing?
Raider.
What's a Raider sound like?
It sounds like an arrow flying through the air, shooting that eagle out the sky. Hold that. Hold that. All right.
It's been a while since I've seen a Raider win. I forgot. In any capacity.
Maybe you should come to more games. How about that?
I don't get no invites.
Oh, don't worry, you will. No,
Nah.
during COVID, though, it's a real select
I'm about to hit
list.
you. When we were talking about earlier, like when people ever tell you you want to do something, you go, "Oh yeah, I'll be there." And you had no intentions. There you go.
Swerve. Oh, shoot. All right.
Man, get out my way. Watch out as I come through. Busting in your line, cracking numbers in two. When I bring that pain, then what you gonna do? We harder than hard, rougher than rough. Rah!
Did you hit your head?
I clap.
Oh, that's what that was.
That was my nuts in my leg. my
Nice.
noogies.
What an ass. What an ass. What an ass. This man is inviting me to a world I don't want to be in.
Because it's a world of pain. Because we harder than hard, rougher than rough. Rah!
Those words sound so different now. Like, come on, man. Don't look at me.
What you want? The rock in the palm of my hand. What you got? I got John
That's what you
Daddy. I'm gonna reach my phone into my fat zone.
No,
Come on, man.
no,
You want to embarrass me on camera? Yo, this chair. No, this chair. I didn't like the movement that that. I didn't like to give on that chair.
Yeah. All right, so listen. This might be iconically one of the weirdest Super Bowls in a long time. It might even been weirder if it was the Niners and the Bengals, but
Like I told you, the historical significance if that would have been them, right?
no.
If the Super Bowl would have been Niners and Bengals, that would have been a repeat of John Madden's first ever Super Bowl.
Oh, you did tell me that.
So when the first game happened, I was kind of like, is this what we're going for? Because this is really, really crazy if this is the case.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder right there.
That's okay. When you overcoach, you lose the game. It's plain and simple. Plain and simple. Andy Reid, halftime, your boy trying to throw the ball in the flats to Tyreek. To Tyreek, like for what? Just kick the field goal. It's 5 seconds left. I know they was cocky. We up 21-3 or whatever it was. Like we in good shape. Andy Reid's in his bag, toothpick in his mouth. He was like, you know what? We're gonna run a screen to Kelsey. That's a pitch back, flickered, hand off to Tyreek, throw it down the field. Like I knew that's what he was thinking. Like I'm about to open up the playbook, and that joint got shut, closed, and so did his season. Straight like that. Straight like that.
Did you see who performed at the halftime for the Chiefs?
No.
So, like when I saw a lot of people were saying that, like, this is the reason why they had bad luck. So why are you laughing?
Because I want to know what it is.
So they had Tech 9 perform.
Oh, shoot.
Well, so like he performed, and the song that he did is a very popular meme now. And the person whose verse was like, you know, that's the meme, they didn't play. And like a lot of people were like, yo, when they didn't do that, they set the table for the next half. And it's the verse that he has. Do you know what song I'm talking about already? It's the song with The Rock. But he's like, it's about strength. It's about power. We stay hungry. We live out. Like he did that song. And everybody was like, take your face off. And he cut it off and he didn't do The Rock's part. And The Rock didn't cut off. And people were pissed. They were mad.
Yeah.
And they were like, once they did that, they signed their death warrant for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Tech the Nina.
Did the Bengals beat the Rams? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. So, yes, and the Rams beat the Niners by 3. And
do we want to talk about the games at all? Like you just gonna breeze past them?
No. I was just letting them know like what the findings were and where the Super Bowl is at. Cincinnati, like I said, that's where I'm at with Cincinnati. Did play a good game, but I just felt like the Chiefs were overdoing it, man. They were overdoing it. Keep it simple.
Like they made the Super Bowl. So like, of course you can be like, oh, we never gave them the credit and stuff like that. It's like you made the Super Bowl. So like if you're not the number one team and you make the Super Bowl, like you got to earn some credit or whatever. But like you want to talk about the road that they had to go on to get to the Super Bowl. They had to beat the Raiders, and we're not going to get too crazy into that game because of whatever. Then they have to play the number one seed Tennessee Titans, which they shouldn't have won. They won. Then they play who people believe are the actual best team in the playoffs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Come back, go to OT. The week after, everybody's going crazy about the overtime rules. We do the overtime rules the way it's supposed to be done, and they still lost.
Botched the overtime. Oh my goodness.
They still lost, and it's like now, Joe Burrow, that boy Joe Burr,
second year,
going to the whatchamacallit,
second year
with Jamar Chase
with his boy.
Like it's a wild story, and it's like
Cinderella story.
You couldn't be any more Cinderella. I think.
You know what happened to Cinderella?
She got the man.
Yeah, but that chariot turned into a pumpkin.
Yeah, okay. But it got her to the party, right? She got lit. Give me lit. She got her. Cinderella got sturdy in the morning.
Is this the brandy one?
When it rains, it pours. Impossible. Do not disrespect that brandy Cinderella.
I'm not glad
Whitney Houston.
It's
Impossible.
You want me to change the cultural gem?
Yeah. I don't understand is in the Black Cinderella, the prince is Asian, but the mom is white and the dad is black. Where they do that at?
What was it? Whoopi Goldberg and George Costanza?
It was something like that, yeah.
And Whitney Houston was
the fairy
godmother.
Come on, man. Like an amazing performance.
Of course. Iconic. It's like another version of The Wiz. You know what I mean?
That's a wild analogy too. Like you doing a lot of like wild pulls.
No, I'm saying The Wiz is Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella.
But it's like The Wiz is like almost like a whole different movie from Alice in Wonderland.
I'm not talking about the comparison in movie. Forget it.
Just because it's a black version, it's got to be compared to The Wiz?
No.
Go ahead, because now you're getting mad. Go ahead. Get your point off.
I'm over it.
We're about to get round up reason in a second. No. One analogy doesn't bang, and now he's tight for the rest of the day. Now you don't want to talk?
I'm good. I'm going to eat my humble pie, keep it moving on to these Rams and these Niners.
I hope you got a love.
Should the Rams have won this game?
So you don't want to finish talking about the Bengals? All right, we'll move on.
No, because I'm mad that should have been the Raiders.
With the Bengals?
Yes.
Do you think that the Raiders could have beat the Tennessee Titans?
Yes.
And the Chiefs?
Yes, we beat the Chiefs before.
I mean, yeah, in the early parts of the season, like when they were bumbling, stumbling, and fumbling.
We beat the Chiefs before.
Okay. Did you beat them at their second matchup at the end of the year?
No. Actually,
you guys
no.
It was
a blowout.
Yeah, it was big.
I don't care.
I don't think the Raiders had it in them. I'm sorry.
I'm just mad if Felonious call puts the Bengals in our position.
So the second game
had a road to the Super Bowl.
The second game on the docket was the Los Angeles? I keep wanting to say Las Vegas. Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
They beat the San Francisco 49ers 20-17.
Won this game.
Yeah, I feel like the 49ers did almost everything in their power to throw this game. Is
it Jimmy G's fault?
It's Jimmy G's fault because he doesn't have the abilities they needed to win this game. Like he's not the guy who can win you a game, but he can lose you a game. Like, you know what I mean? Like when they needed points, like they can't be like, yo, Jimmy G, get us some points. Like he's like, yo, I'm just out here trying to survive. Fight for my life, man. Aaron Donald's over here. Von Miller's over here. Leonard Floyd's over here. I try to throw it. Jalen Ramsey over there. Like, yo, this is tough, bro.
So question.
Tell me what you think about me. Because I'm my own diamonds and I'm my own rings. Go ahead.
Does this drop Debo stock going into next season?
Absolutely not.
You think he'd still be a cheat code?
Yeah, I mean, he was still a cheat code in this game for the most part.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how it goes. People get to figuring you out and they realize, like, we're not worried about Jimmy G. We just have to focus on Debo.
I don't know if you saw this morning, but there's already, I guess, Jimmy G and the 49ers had a meeting, and they're working on possible trade destinations for him.
For Jimmy G?
Yeah, like they've already had the conversation. They're like, yo, listen, like, Trey Lance, this is where we're going.
Okay.
Like, we'll send you where you want to go, or we'll see what options are out there, like who wants you, then like where you want to go, like that's where we'll send you, type of deal. So
there's no home for him.
A house is not a home. But
Bill Withers. That was Bill Withers.
I thought that was Luther Vandross.
No, that's a chair. It's not a chair. Even
wow.
sitting there.
Oh.
Yeah, smoke yourself on that one.
Oh.
Smoke yourself on that one.
He got me back for that whack analogy about the Wiz.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Man, the call.
But like, no, like I think the Debo thing, if anything, they saw a lot of the stuff that worked this year, and then it's like Ayuk being better, Mostert being back, another year of Trey Sermon, another year of Elijah Mitchell, the new offensive line, like George Kittle be helping next year. I think all it does is just expand that, and then like Trey Lance, like what can you do with this? Because now Debo's running the ball out the backfield, like he's doing all this other stuff.
Right.
And for all the stuff we talk about, how great of a shutdown corner that Jalen Ramsey is, he still didn't really hold them to much. Like Debo scored, right? Am I tripping?
Jalen Ramsey's got smoked in the last 2 games, fam.
Like he's playing like Mike Evans and
I don't care. If you're gonna be chatting and being that guy, then go ahead and be that guy when they need you to be that guy.
They keep winning.
And I get it. It's not because of Jalen, and that's no disrespect to Jalen Ramsey. He's still definitely top 5 corner in the league, but he's been getting smoked the last couple of games.
Okay, I'll give you. Is there a better corner in the league than Jalen Ramsey?
Yes.
Who?
Marshawn Lattimore.
Is better than Jalen Ramsey?
Ohio State.
Oh, there you go. My fault. I didn't mean to bring this up. You know they can't see the top of the watch.
I don't care.
Okay, all right.
I don't care.
But no, I think the Rams, like they played well. Like Matt Stafford played mistake-free football for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
The thing it comes down to is that that Tart interception where he literally has it in his chest and he drops it because like that was it. Like they were up 3.
Mm-hmm.
There was 4 minutes left in the game, and then it's like stopping that momentum and then doing it like that was the game and like he blew it, allowed Matt Stafford to stay alive, and it's like they did whatever they didn't do. Like Cooper Kupp for the most part was kept under wraps.
Yeah.
And it's like,
did he have like 90-something a touchdown?
But yeah, I mean, but like for Cooper Kupp, like that's under wraps.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and the 49ers don't have a great secondary. So it's like we have a whack secondary. You're the number 1 receiver, like having a historic season right now. And it's like you have like a good game, but you don't have an amazing game against us.
Mm-hmm.
That says quite a bit.
Okay. All right.
Joey Bosa was treating Matt Stafford like whatchamacallit. Like he knew that he voted for Obama or something. Like it was crazy. Like
yeah.
But he didn't throw like besides that potential Tart pick, like he didn't throw any crazy passes. Like he looked pretty good. The running back rotation of Cam Akers, like Sony Michel, like they look really good. And I know that we're gonna talk about like the upcoming Super Bowl in a second, but it's just like the team just looks crazy, bro. Yeah. Like when you list off the, like how like when you play Madden in the beginning of the game and they show like all of your top players and stuff like that, and they're on the sideline, it's like their list of players looks crazy. Like when you go to check your superstar traits, and it's like you got 2 guys and then they got the next 7 guys. Like it looks ugly. They had to beat Arizona Cardinals, who were a legit team, but like they got really weird towards the end of the year.
At the end of the season, yeah. You will be riding a wave into the playoffs, and them brothers was boogie boarding to the shore.
They beat the team, the defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That was a good win. And
then they beat the 49ers. And it's like, while I think the Bengals road is crazier, it's like those were no cupcake games to me.
No.
It's like they're playing really well.
How it goes any given Sunday. And the Niners were on a good run going into that game.
Yeah. So. But I think, like
who you got in the Super Bowl?
But I just want to say real quick about like the Matt Stafford trade. Like it's got to be a success now. Like we trade all this stuff for this guy, and it's like
you're in the Super Bowl.
Has to shake
you make the trade for.
So that's
what you make the trade.
And they're doing this without Robert Woods. So like imagine what this team looks like next year.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can't forget about him.
Odell's been going crazy though. He has definitely filled the void. He's been talking crazy. So
we'll go into our predictions.
Okay.
Obviously, I have the pick of the Super Bowl, and I'm going with the Rams. I think it's too much to overcome. I think the offense is,
and this matters.
It does matter
because you are up 1.
And I am up 1.
If you win, you put it to bed.
I put it to bed.
If you lose, it's push on the season.
And then we have to bet on the Pro Bowl. No.
On the skills challenge.
Listen, let me ask you a question. Are you even watching the Pro Bowl?
No.
We got to do on the next episode. We're gonna do like our Pro Bowl takes of like what they could do to actually make the Pro Bowl interesting. Because like I watched it last year because that was the year Kobe passed, right?
Mhm.
It was last year, and it was like
No,
that was the year before.
It's 2 years.
Okay, that was the last time that I watched it, and it was like one because it was the day Kobe passed and like all that other stuff. But like also we were in quarantine, like there's nothing else to watch.
Right.
So like I watched it then, and then even still I was kind of just on my phone. But I digress. I'm picking the Rams to win. I just think it's way too much to ask Joe Burrow and company to win. I think the defense is one of like what this is going to be one of those Madden ultimate teams, like historic teams. Like that defense is so crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like Leonard Floyd, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey. Like if Jalen Ramsey's not the best corner, he's one of the 3 best corners. Aaron Donald is probably the best non-quarterback in the entire league.
Mm-hmm.
Von Miller, one of the
Just Super Bowl
top 10 linebackers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Outside linebacker.
And I feel like he's been saving a lot in the tank, and now he's emptying that tank.
And like the Bengals don't have a good offensive line. So
Nope.
like they really might just send those 3 guys and let Jalen Ramsey and them boys cover.
Yep.
And then they have to cover the number 1 receiver in the game this year, Cooper Kupp, and then Odell Beckham, who's on a revenge tour,
Going crazy.
trying to prove everybody right. Given
Akers is proving he wants to hold on to the ball now.
He's he's trying to prove that, like, listen, like you don't got to get these other running backs. Like I'm the guy going forward. Like you know what I'm saying? And it's like, like I just think there's too much in there for you. Like, do you see it any different?
No. No. But
As much as you might want them to win just for the bet.
no, I'd rather buy you Roof Chris and watch the Bengals win the Super Bowl. That's my Raiders Super Bowl, man. That's crazy.
But if they win, then you could be like, yo, of course the Raiders lost. It was a Super Bowl
We lost
champs.
to the champs. No, I get it. I'm not with it.
You're not-
I'm not with it. Roof Chris on me.
I was gonna be on you regardless. I was like, we might eat Roof Chris off you. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not doing that. I made it weird. I'm sorry. But like for them to be able to win, like Joe Burrow has to have like that game. What was it, Pittsburgh, where he threw like the most yards?
He has to throw for 650 yards, 7 touchdowns, and not get sacked.
And like, I don't think it's there. And as much as I love Joe Mixon, and I would love for Joe Mixon to get a ring.
He's not running against these boys.
Not at all.
He's not running against these boys.
It's
He's
like-
not run away from them.
If the Chiefs would have made it, did the Chiefs have like stand a chance?
Against the Rams?
Yeah.
Yes. It would just be an offensive showcase, and it would be down. I would still pick the Rams.
Do you remember? I think it was either last season or the season before, where the Rams and the Chiefs had like the greatest game of all time. Like I was like, this game, almost like the Bills and Chiefs game, where it was like, this game is amazing.
Yeah.
And it was like a Monday night game, and it was just like, I feel like that would have been the Super Bowl, and it's like that would have been dope. But
All I know is
also, like we can't forget the fact the Rams are playing at home, bro. It's their home stadium in LA. It's like, yo, it's all like.
And I do remember about 10 episodes ago when you were asking me about the acquisitions that happened in LA and the Rams and how I felt about it. I said they were a Super Bowl team. And here they are.
I don't think I disagreed with you at any point in time.
Nope.
Like we saw these things on paper. We're just like, oh my. We thought there was a possibility of Antonio Brown going to the Rams at one point in time. And I was like, yo, these boys are just loading up.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah, because that first half of that Chiefs and Bengals game, I was like, yo, these boys are struggling to get yards. What happened in that second half?
I don't know. I was on the road going home from Buffalo Wild Wings thinking that joint was
Stomach
over.
getting torn up.
Got to the crib. I was like, 21-21. What did I miss?
I was on the toilet like, yo, what?
Raisin vision.
Another one.
But yeah, man, it's exciting. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
Your boys.
Yeah, it's up and down.
You guys hired a new coach.
It's up and down.
You guys got Josh McDaniels.
It's up and down.
It's up. What is it like? What does it mean?
Up and down.
What does it mean? If it's up, then it's up. Then it's up. Then it's up. What does it mean?
Some people are happy about it. Some people aren't.
Are you happy about it?
I gotta see what happens.
I mean, that's an easy answer. Like I'm saying, like you a Raiders fan, you know Josh McDaniels, like his work, former Patriot.
So this is where I'm at with it. I
I
like Josh McDaniels. But I just feel like the guys who got us to where we were should have deserved some type of shot.
Okay.
And,
so you want a rich?
And I'm just worried about what happens in the locker room and at practices and on the field and going into next season after like the transition of losing Henry Ruggs, the whole John Gruden situation. Then these coaches get you to the playoffs regardless of how it finished. Like they took time to believe in these players, and then you bring Josh McDaniels in. So it seems kind of messy.
Yeah, and for a playoff team to have like a regime change like that, like that's a lot.
Right.
Do you think
now they're talking about trade?
I was just about to ask. I was like, do you think
Aaron and Russell Wilson?
What are you hearing? Tell me what you're hearing.
So first is Aaron Rodgers. So all the trades are centered around Derek Carr. So they're talking about Aaron Rodgers coming to the Raiders. Then it's like a trade for Russell Wilson. They're not trying to dump picks, but they're willing to for the right players.
Well, because
I've heard Devontae Adams wants to play with Derek Carr again, but like this is all rumor mill stuff. You know what I mean? I need something factual.
So like, if you're trading Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, what you want is like either a young prospect in picks or a proven quarterback at picks. So it's like I can see why Derek Carr is like a highly sought after target.
Okay.
Because it's like he is a good quarterback. Is he a great quarterback? I don't think so. And it's like, but the Raiders don't have the picks. But it's like Derek Carr is a proven quarterback. It's like you can use him as like that bridge quarterback and you'll be okay. Maybe they're talking about Devontae Adams wants to play with them because they trade Aaron Rodgers for him, and then like now Derek Carr's in Green Bay with Devontae Adams instead of bringing Devontae Adams to the Raiders. Maybe that's why they're trying to plant that seed. How would you feel about that?
Getting a run?
Yeah, discount double check.
I mean, at least I know he's going to be confident in the pocket, man. I just feel like Derek hasn't been the same since the injury. Like he's not the same QB since the injury.
What did Aaron Rodgers say? He's not vaccinated. He's not vaccinated. What was he saying? He's immunized. You got your immunized quarterback?
He's a liar. That's what he is.
He's a liar. He's a cheater, a deceiver, a heartbreaker. All right. But like, so you're hearing Aaron Rodgers stuff. Like you're hearing Russell Wilson potentially as well. Because it's like you said, Derek Carr, he's a pretty, like he's got to be top 20. Yeah. So like that quarterback. So it's like, it's a nice, a decent return. Like, especially like with some of the dookie offers we're hearing out there for some of these guys. Like Josh Jacobs staying around, Darren Waller staying around.
Yes.
Okay.
Max
I didn't
Crosby.
know what else like you were hearing about other people moving, or is it literally just the quarterback position?
I don't think anybody going anywhere. It's just QB position.
And then we got to get you one of these wide receivers, bro. We've got to get you one.
Got to get a wide receiver. We got to get a linebacker we can depend on. Have to.
What would you rather them do? Draft high on these wide receivers and get a veteran linebacker, or draft high on one of these linebackers and get veteran receivers?
I would rather go veteran linebacker. Like, how many veteran receivers can you get out of here?
I'm here.
Like,
get Antonio Brown,
the young boy that you can build. I'm all set. Yeah. I'm all set with cryo mittens. I'm all set.
We can move from your favorite team, I guess, to my favorite team.
Yeah, your boy's in the news. He's in the news.
It's getting slim. So Brian Flores, former Miami Dolphins coach, is one of the finalists for the Houston Texans job. Yeesh. But like on the other side of that, first of all, I hope wherever Brian Flores goes, I wish him nothing but success. I feel like I need to put that out. Like, I really loved him as a coach, and like I was super pissed off when I heard that he got fired. But he's also filing a suit, and he's alleging that a number of NFL teams were doing, I guess, like racist practices in their hiring of him, or in his interview process. A lot of details weren't out there, so like we couldn't get any like specifics. But I was like, am I surprised?
No.
But like, I just like, it sucks that he has to go through that. Like, what does Brian Flores have to prove to anybody? To anybody, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I wanted him in Oakland, and I keep saying Oakland. I'm still not saying Vegas, I guess, but I definitely wanted him with the Raiders. Definitely wanted him with the Raiders.
I wouldn't have mind him going to the Raiders
easily.
I still want Eric Bellamy, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs in Miami. Gotcha. But apparently we're circling in on the offensive coordinator for the Bills, which is like, I don't know like 100% how it works, because like I don't know if he thinks that Tua is going to look like Josh Allen and start taking off, because it's like, that ain't it.
He's not. You better put some run plays in there.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. But like, to speak on the Brian Flores thing, and like I said, a lot of details haven't come out, and he hasn't said specifically if Miami was involved in it. Like, I think I saw it was like the New York Giants, and there was like another team where something was going on. But when I first heard it, I thought it was a Dolphins thing. Like, one of the reasons why he left was because they were doing racist things and stuff like that. And the question came up in my head, and we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. And what is a valid reason for you to no longer be a fan of your team? You You know what I mean? Because like I feel like you can't be like, oh, I'm not a fan of this team anymore because they suck, or I'm not a fan of this team anymore because like our star player is gone. And like I told you, I almost stopped being a Dolphins fan, which I've been almost all my life, because of their practices where they were trying to silence the players that were kneeling during the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance? The national anthem. National anthem. And I was like, to me, I was like, yeah, if that's what we're doing, like, I can't be around something like that. And it's like, to me, like hatred, racism, and bigotry, like that's a reason. And if I found out that that was one of the reasons why Brian Flores left, because like we were doing those type of practices, would you feel some sort of way about me not being a Dolphins fan anymore?
No.
Yeah. Because like
I almost was not a Raider fan when they signed Richie Incognito, because I knew what he was all about.
Former Dolphin. That all took place with the Dolphins. And he's been a model citizen for you guys too, and actually a great left guard.
Yeah, and now he's about to be gone.
Yeah, he is.
Cleaning house with any association. Any association.
So like I would, because that was a conversation I was having with my boys earlier, and I was telling them about it. I was getting it off my chest, like how I felt about it. And I was just like, yo, like, would you guys look at me any different if I stopped being a Dolphins fan? And they were kind of just like, not really. Like, they were like, it would really have to be something like that in order for like you to be doing, because like now everybody's such like an armchair fan, or they're like the lazy fans where it's like I only root for these teams when they win, and like I don't really pay attention. It's like, you know me, like I'm invested in my squad.
I like players.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't like teams. I like players. That's a rough one. I feel like, and like another episode down the road, we're gonna make like some laws on like how to choose your favorite team and stuff like that. I feel like by 12 to 13 years old, you should have your team. It's like, that's like, you have to make the final stamp of like, this is my squad and this is what I'm rolling with.
I mean, I always see a trend of like whoever's winning when you're first begin to start learning to watch sports is usually the team that kids.
So how'd you get the Raiders? Okay. How did I switch you? Because then you can say the same thing for me. It's like, why'd you pick the Dolphins? I was like, at least we have Ricky Williams. So he was mad exciting.
If you must know.
Oh, here it goes.
All right. The first pair of sports memorabilia that I ever received was some Oakland Raiders sweatpants, and I wore them joints until they turned into shorts. And there was also a TV show called The All-Stars.
Damn.
Wayne Gretzky,
yeah,
Michael Jordan, and Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson became my favorite character on the show.
Michael Jordan was awful in that show.
Yep. And there was also a favorite video game of mine called Tecmo Football.
Bo Jackson.
And once Bo Jackson got to the sideline, it was a wrap. I started watching football, watching Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen and them get it in, and I was super excited.
You ain't about to not bring this joint up.
There go the hoodie right
Touchdown.
there. There go the hoodie right there. You know what I mean? There go my guy right there. You know what I mean? And that's how I became a Raider fan.
I heard that. So like, I'm gonna monitor this situation closely.
Okay.
But it's like, if it is smelling like what it smells like, I'm gonna have to do some soul searching to reconsider it. I don't know where to go from there. Stop it.
Come on.
I don't think I can do it. I don't think
you don't want to just jump to a super dope team.
Oh,
you might as well go to a team who's kind of like trying to get themselves together.
Listen.
So you can build into a fan. Because if you can be like, I went from Miami to the Raiders, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's not a bandwagon. And then when we start winning, you already here.
Like I said, we're gonna do an episode and we're gonna talk about how to choose favorite teams and stuff like that. And if I did jump, I'm not saying that I'm going to, because like right now, like Miami till I die. Like I'm just saying, it's like I feel like when you're choosing a team, you cannot choose the bandwagon teams. You can't choose a team that has like an 85 overall in Madden. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your team has to be like either a fringe playoff team or lower. Like you got to be one of those guys in order to pick
new regime. Right?
Yeah, like you can't be a bandwagon jumper. Like I couldn't imagine me being like, if I showed up next year and I was just like, yo, let's go Chiefs. Could you imagine? That sounds gross, doesn't it? He's like, yo, all I'm saying is Joe Burr, ice in his veins. Bengals till I die.
I haven't seen so many Bengals jerseys in my life.
Where were you? Where?
In my life.
You know what they weren't wearing though? Ocho Cinco jerseys.
Chad. Terrell Owens.
That's what we think about the bill. Like we know what you guys really think about your players over there.
You were wearing a bag over your head.
But they hop on the new white boy. You know what it is. They said, somebody said it's crazy that Cooper Kupp and Joe Burrow are about to meet up at an Eminem concert.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then they said the winner of the Super Bowl wins White Boy of the Year. Is it Cooper Kupp or is it going to be Joe Burrow? Because last year's was Jack Harlow by a landslide.
Terrible. All right. So
But are they wrong? I think J. Cole said it best. All good jokes contain truth.
message. Message.
But that's the Blitz. So let's go on to the cultural gem.
Oh yeah. So cultural gem, I got
Shine bright like a diamond.
I got a real
That song hurts to sing now.
Yeah, it does.
Bright like a diamond.
It's a real golden. Stop.
So beautiful like a diamond in the sky.
Wipe your face with your Dolphins jersey. You'll be all right.
My Fendi scarf.
Go grab it ASAP.
What's the cultural gem?
All right, so we're going with a 1993 movie, and I told you Bokeem Woodbine was in this. He stars in the movie. It's a movie called Strapped.
Nice. He strapped?
I would hope you did. This is a star-studded cast. I'm gonna run through it. I even brought the cast list up so you would know who's in here. So we got Bokeem Woodbine, we got Fredro Starr, we got Jermaine Hopkins. He played Steel and Juice. We got Busta Rhymes. We got Chia Lee. You got Sticky Fingers.
Did I see this movie?
You got Kumo D. You got Yo-Yo. And it's directed by Forrest Whitaker.
What is happening? Because it's like, it sounds like a bunch of movies that I've seen all mixed into one movie, but it's like, I could not tell you the plot of this movie. So please, what is the plot of this movie?
It's all about capturing the downfall of playing off of inner city violence. So of course,
not all the movies in the 90s.
Yeah. So of course, so the movie Strap, back in the days, a gun was called a strap. Stay strapped. Right. So people in inner city communities don't have access to boats and transit or FID cards. So there's no way for them to just go out and buy massive amounts of weapons. So there's an influx of weapons being introduced to the neighborhood via the opposite of
the unseasoned.
There you go. And there's two gentlemen, Bokeem Woodbine and Fredro Starr, who begin selling guns in the neighborhood. And it's a story of tearing between friends and getting money and violence happening in the neighborhood, and just seeing how a neighborhood could go from being one way to getting worse just based on something being introduced in there and tearing up the demographic. And there's some lessons to learn in there. It's a pretty dope movie.
I don't think I've seen this movie. Where can you watch it?
You can watch it on YouTube right now for free. They have the entire movie on YouTube. You type in Strapped the movie 1993 and it will pop up on YouTube and you can watch the whole thing.
Damn.
And there's two versions on there. One of them has 42K views and the other one has 4.2 million views. Just in case you was wondering. So that means it's not just the OGs watching the movie.
Okay.
All right.
I might have I'm hearing the cast and I'm just at the same time, this is just the cast of every black movie of the 90s.
Right.
So it's easy to get mixed up.
Bokeem Woodbine's earlier movies. So same with Fredro Starr.
And I wanted to say this earlier.
And Fredro Starr and Sticky Fingers are both members of Onyx, if you don't know about that.
Who also look exactly alike. Sorry, it's hard to tell them apart. When we brought up Halo, we brought up Bokeem Woodbine earlier. I wanted to bring it up, but then you told me that he was in the cultural gem, so I was like, I'll save it to that point. I really, really love the Bokeem Woodbine resurgence that he's having.
Yes.
And it's he was a guy that was just in all the 90s rap black movies. Mm-hmm. He was not very often the lead character. Mm-hmm. But it was just they call him Evil Dave Chappelle now. But then it's in the last, come on, man. I'm trying to get through this. That was a real hearty laugh, bro.
I'm up, man. Go ahead.
Especially as Dave Chappelle's gotten bigger, it's just it's only more accurate. The last 6-7 years, he's really put forth he's had a second life to his career, mm-hmm. and the body of work that he's putting forth is really, really solid. And I think it really has to go up there. Mm-hmm. And I know that we talk about shows to watch. He's on one of the seasons of Fargo. I don't know if you've watched it.
Is that the one with Chris Rock?
Chris Rock is on the 4th season, yes.
Okay.
So like each season of Fargo is like a different story.
Oh yeah. I do remember seeing him on there. I never got into Fargo.
It's so the first season is Billy Bob Thornton, and then I think the second season is Bokeem Wood. Yes, the second season is Bokeem Woodbine. The third season is Ewan McGregor, the guy who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
And then the fourth season is Chris Rock.
Okay.
And the first two seasons, fantastic. Like I think that you would be like, yo, I don't know why you didn't tell me about this show earlier. But Bokeem Woodbine is in the second season. He's not the star of it, but he very, very early becomes the star of the show because he's that dope in it. Okay. Because like the show, like did you ever see the movie Fargo?
Yes.
Where it's like about like, pretty much like assassins and stuff like that. Like that's kind of where like it picks up. And it's like he plays like this assassin in season 2, like, yo, he's a bad mother, shut your mouth. That's all I gotta say about that. But Strapped, I'm putting it on the queue. It's fire. I'm gonna put it on the queue. It's fire. Do you have anything else to say about Strapped?
No, I'm all set.
Do you have a Raisinet for everybody?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Stop it.
Go for it.
Hey. Listen clearly when I'm telling you this. Know your worth.
Know yourself, know your worth, man.
All right. Like I think in this whole quarantine, trying to find a place where we feel comfortable and settled, we're kind of downgrading our value to fit into some social norms. Like there's a lot of transitions and jobs happening. There's a lot of transitions and relationships happening. Like when you go into a quarantine, you really got to be around somebody. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I think we're just going through the motions of what life is presenting us. And through that, we're devaluing how we're supposed to go through this life's journey. All right. So know your worth, understand. And that's not all monetary compensation, just knowing like how you're going to spend your time, who you want to spend that time with, what are some things in life that you want to do that you haven't done, and are you worth that time? Yes, you are. Even if nobody else says it.
Some of y'all ain't.
Huh?
I said some of y'all ain't. But go ahead.
Oh, know your worth, regardless of what somebody else is saying, all right? Hey, listen, only thing they can do is hate on your pictures, but they can't change the enjoyment that you get in that moment, all right? So you make sure that you live it up.
Boom. That's pretty solid, man. Because I think you said it right, where it's like, you really, like, I think the young people are really giving us a 1-4 or 1-2. Is that how you say it? Where they're showing us like we kind of always criticize them for like being a little too quick. Like they don't really settle down and put roots in things. And it's like, I think they kind of had the right idea where it's like they're not sticking at jobs that aren't valuing them. Like they are, like we were always taught like when we were younger, like when you get a job, like you stick in there and it's like you grind and you do this. And like these young dudes is like, nah, man, like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do here. These people, they value me. They offer me more money over here. Boom, I'm gonna hop to this one. And if I don't like that, then I'll hop to this one and I'll do this. And it's like, I think they kind of got the right idea because they're also the same thing in the relationships. It's like, oh man, like when you get with a girl, like you do this is like, you go on the dates and you do the long haul. And sometimes it's like, nah, that's what I'm here for. This is what Tinder is. And it's like, they're kind of doing it like, it seems better. And it's like, they're buying houses younger. They're figuring a lot of this stuff out. And like, I think we should kind of maybe not follow in their footsteps, but like take the things from them. And I think one of those things is what you're saying, where I think if you were to put like a big headline on it, it's like, don't settle. Is that kind of what it is? Like it. And it's like, yeah. And don't, like you said, know your worth is probably, it's like, don't settle, know your worth. And that's professionally, that's romantically, that's in your familial states, stuff like that. That's I think that's a solid Raisinet, bro.
Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all.
So gone over you. No heavyweight, bros.